Welcome to my channel, it's me, Kareem. A lot of you wanted part 2 of New Yorkers sharing their story for $1, so here it is. It was possible thanks to Best Fiends for sponsoring this video. It's an awesome puzzle game with lots of characters that you can collect. It has tons of levels. I'm on level 70, so try to beat that score. And if you can, tweet me. Click the link below to download it for free. And don't forget to thumbs up and share this video. If it does well, I'll make it into a series. What's your name?
Mosh.
Hi, my name is Dawood.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you, Matt. Nice to meet you, Maurice. Everybody has a story, right?
Yeah.
Nobody listens. Everybody's always busy. So I want to listen to your story.
Okay.
At the age of 1, I was taken away from my mom because she was deemed unfit parent. Like, you know, I was put out in the street. I wound up as literally one of them orphans on the street, stealing to survive. As I'm growing up, I found out I want to make something better about myself. You know, I want to be what everybody else wants to be, successful, rich, and happy. I want to become a doctor in engineering, and so far I can take apart anything mechanical and put it back together. I was mechanically inclined, and now I'm an ASE certified mechanic.
Basically, loneliness and, you know, wandering the streets, you know, by myself, you know. I don't really have any real friends. I mean, I see people that, you know, try to act like they're my friends, but they're really trying to get something out of me, or, you know.
You don't have anyone you can trust?
Not really.
You seem like a great guy. Why do you feel lonely, and why do you feel like you don't have any friends? Maybe you're overthinking it a little bit and feel like you might be lonely, but in reality, people do probably want to talk to you and find you interesting. Just, I want to see you smile, though. I don't want to see you upset, you know? And I hope you find trustworthy friends, because that's important.
Yeah.
My parents split, and my dad lived here, and my mom lived in Poland. And I was living with my mom through my entire childhood, and it was like very hard because she was abusing me, and like, you know, mentally and physically. She was like manipulating me, and she said she didn't like the things that I liked just because she wanted to, you know, like be hard for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was abusing lots of substances actually, and it was like very hard because at one point I was so alone in my life. But then, you know, like I always knew that I could move here and like start everything from scratch and like, you know, be new me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna move to New York and I'm gonna be a successful, you know, like happy, loving, and caring person.
That's good.
Yeah. And honestly, you know, like I've never been happier.
Not
Like,
happy
I
yet.
know that right now everything is like, you know, I'm climbing the mountain, but it's like, it's awesome.
I'm here to meet my boyfriend. So we've been in a long distance relationship from the beginning.
Wow.
So we
okay.
met in the same city, and he never lived there, so he's been traveling, and now he's studying in NYU. And I'm gonna check out NYU and see if I want to study here, maybe to be with him. If it wasn't for WhatsApp, we wouldn't have existed.
Death of a father.
Yeah, how do you deal with that? How is that?
Keep it to yourself. You find out in the long run, it bubbles up in other areas of your life, and you don't even know it. You're not even aware until someone you love checks you and tells you, hey, why are you being that way, you know? Yeah.
So you took it hard when your father died?
I didn't think I did, but I learned later on I did. Yeah, it'll always be there. You just learn to manage it, but it's always deep down inside there. Like for me, every time there's a clear, dark, starry night, it reminds me of my father.
You have any regrets that you wish you could have done? with your
Spend more
brother?
time.
Yeah, it's always that, right?
Always that, all
Yeah.
the time, precious time.
Went out with a girl who wears a burqa. I lecture for a living, like on Jewish history. This was in Jordan, and I met her thereafter, walking behind me like she was curious. So I walked backwards, turned around, and said, "Salami alaikum." She blushed, obviously.
Yeah.
She wasn't wearing a burqa at the time, by the way. We hung out for a few hours. She was fascinated, of course, to talk to a male Westerner. And I said, hey, tomorrow I'm going to go to Syria. I'm going to rent a car tomorrow morning. We'll go to Syria. So she thought I was kidding. I wasn't kidding. I picked her up the next day and we tried to get into Syria. The Jordanian soldiers at the border, they didn't want to let us into Syria. So they respected her because she was Muslim. I said, I'm sorry, but she wants to go. We have to go. I took her hand. I said, don't turn around. If we show any fear, obviously that'll be very bad for us. Took her hand. We just walked out and survived that. I miss staying in touch. It's impossible really to stay in touch because it'll be endangering your life, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
One of our friends, you know, this guy, we were biking on the two-way street, you know, it was getting a little tight. So we decided to squeeze through this car, and this guy, he decided to try to box my friend in against a parked car. So my boy had to close his side mirror in order for him to pass through. The guy comes out the car with a gun in his hand.
How you pulling a gun in the middle of the street? Yo, you
So that's your boy? Oh, wow, that's the guy?
What if he would have shot my friend?
Yeah,
Then he would have just been another dead dude on the street, and this guy would have just been in court like, oh yeah, I didn't know what to do.
I'm currently homeless. I ended up homeless because I used to have an apartment in Far Rockaway. Hurricane Irene, Hurricane Sandy flooded me out. I couldn't stay there. It was tough at times.
Yeah.
You know, there were times I wanted to give up and you know, do what I used to do. I used to sell drugs when I was younger. I went to prison a few times. There were times I wanted to give up and say, let me just go and rob a bank or something. I didn't. Because I have something, you know, I have 3 children. I'm trying to, you know, create a better life, and I want to own a home. You know, one day have a place for my kids to come, something to pass down to them, maybe start a business or something. I want to do a lot of things. I can't do it if I'm sitting in a prison cell. When you put energy into doing the right thing, good things will come to you. I've learned to not focus on negative energy and try to look at the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't have any family in here in New York City, so that's even more difficult because I'm kind of out here by myself. I've thought about suicide a few times.
Really?
On more than one occasion. I've even attempted about overdosing on sleeping pills and taking vodka, but it didn't work. I didn't want to live anymore. I felt like, yo, what am I living for? Like, I didn't have a reason to live because I was trying hard and kept failing and falling down. I haven't told my family, my mother, my girlfriend, nobody I've ever dealt with knows anything about that. You're the only person I've ever told. You and just the doctors I was in hospital with.
Glad it didn't work. I'm glad you're still here, and you know, I see a bright future for you, man. And you know, instead of $1, I'm gonna give you. Hopefully, this will be nice. $5. So
you know what? This is actually a blessing. You know, I haven't eaten all day, so I can actually
so
go
here's
in.
the extra $1 to get something to eat, bro.
This is great, man. You guys are great.
You know, I'm here not to judge you. I'm just here to listen, and that's basically what I'm here to do. You're gonna inspire a lot of people, and you're gonna help a lot of people who are afraid to speak out.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
Thank you,
it,
man.
Have a good one, all right?
You definitely just helped. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
$5 may not mean much to you, but for somebody like me in my position, it definitely means a lot. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope you achieve your dreams, man. You too, man. Take it easy. All right. There you go. It's part of the tradition, so
Okay,
you take
you.
the $1, you know?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's your $1 before you go.
That's cool. I'm not in it for the money. I just like to talk.
Oh,
Give me
I
$1?
don't need $1. Oh, you
Tradition.
have to give me $1?
Yeah. Glad you're fine. I'm glad your friends are fine.